There are two banthas down there, but I don't see any... Wait a second. They're sand people, all right. I can see one of them now.
Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. It's my last Star Wars Retro Collection figure from the Star Wars A New Hope Wave 2 box set. So, as I mentioned in my last Retro Collection video, it's taken me so long to open these figures because I got really ill at Christmas. Really ill, where I couldn't do anything at all. I had so many plans, I didn't even get a chance to do my top 10 pickups of 2023. It seems a little bit too late now, but I think I had so many plans, so many Christmas specials. I just got so ill, and I only just remembered it the other day when I was making that last Jawa video. So yeah, that's the reason this has taken me so long to kind of open. This Tusken Raider or Sand Person, I never had it as a kid. I just never saw it. My best friend, who I swapped a load of He-Man figures for Star Wars figures, I remember he had him because he used to bring his toys in. You know, again at Christmas, he used to bring his toys in at Christmas. I'd bring my stuff in as well. This would have been before Christmas 1984, when I only had like about four or five figures. But I remember I did like the Tusken Raider. This actual card back is beautiful. It's such a great image on the front. It's so retro. Absolutely love it. It's the best. It's the best Star Wars figure line out of a lot of them, you know. And I've got no regrets about, you know, giving up on the Black Series and the Vintage Collection. Although the Vintage Collection, I love the I still love the Clone Troopers, and I just want to buy them, but they're just so expensive for what they are. They're just so expensive. And then, was it last week when Grand Admiral Thrawn's zombie Stormtroopers 4-pack box set was released for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse? I made my own retro collection version. Check out my video using material from Hobbycraft. But they look awesome, and I really want them. And I was surprised that they were still in stock. Now I'm thinking that people are skint, or they you know, it's all about demand, and they've made more box sets than normal. But that was tough. I'm still tempted, but they are absolutely wonderful. But those Night Troopers, they're not cheap. £55.99 for 4 figures. And the thing is, when Hasbro initially said they were going to release these kind of box sets, I mean, the thought was that they were going to be less expensive because there's less packaging. But it appears it hasn't turned out that way. I still think Hasbro they'll try and rip the customer off as much as they can. They'll push and push until people have no choice but to turn away from the dark side. Similar to me. I mean, I just can't afford everything, but I'm a sucker for nostalgia. So yeah, the retro collection is my figure of choice. Got to bring out some vehicles, Hasbro. You got to bring out some vehicles. Make a start with Boba Fett Starship. But anyway, back to the Tusken Raider. So I never had one as a kid, but here is this is one that I picked up. I suppose you'd call him a beta. I mean, there's no paint left on his face. It's not a bad example, but he's worn out. He's got a loose head. He's got a repro cape that I bought off eBay, and I just need to buy. His stick. But yeah, I do like this this figure. I picked this up at a toy fair for like £2 or something like that. I think it was probably the NEC. Yeah, it's not, you know, it's not in bad condition, but it's not in great condition. But that's where the retro collection comes in, because I never had this figure as a kid, and now I get the chance to open him, just like it was Christmas 1984. So it'll be good to compare him to the original. So I've got my Death Star propping up my Tusken Raider. Thinking about, because I remember seeing my my best friends at school's Tusken Raider, but I never asked to swap any He-Man figures for him, because He-Man was new. I'd had it maybe a He-Man figures a couple of years, and so I think I was like swapping one He-Man figure for like 3 Star Wars figures, because they were old, they were phasing out, they were in the sale. The kids didn't want them anymore, and the Tusken Raider was one that I didn't ask to swap. But thinking back to it, and back to Christmas in school with his Star Wars toys, I remember he had you know, the Yoda puppet, and I thought it was amazing. And I still want to pick one of those up at the right price. I want to get a Yoda puppet from the 70s, but I think it was the 70s. No, it would have been the 80s, wouldn't it? Empire Strikes Back. But the other figures that he used to bring to school. So Hammerhead, when I first saw Hammerhead, so obviously I'd seen the Star Wars movie, but when I saw Hammerhead the figure, I just thought it was great. So I've actually got my best friend's Hammerhead. I've kept everything. I got his Hammerhead. I got his R5, D4, and they're all on display in the toy room, just above the figure. But yeah, so there's only one way to open this. I mean, it's a little bit bowed from being in the box, but that's not a problem. I've got, as I said before, I've got 2 sets of these. So yeah, anyway, one way to open these is like it was Christmas 1984. So let's do this. Oh, someone asked me if I smell my figures, and I do. I know some people do, and it brings back nostalgic memories. But I never sniffed my figures back in the day, and I'm not going to start now. But look at that. That is a wonderful looking figure. I love I love the silver, because obviously I never had it, and my one has no silver paint on it whatsoever. That is really, really nice. So I'm going to get him out of his packet and we'll have a proper look. I mean, it's as basic as anything, but you know, from a nostalgic point of view, I haven't even looked at it yet. It's a 10 out of 10 figure, definitely. So let's get him out of the packet and have a proper look. Right, so here's my new Tusken Raider, obviously on the right hand side, next to my Beta. Now I've got a few of these Beta Sand people, and I've got no issues with Star Wars Betas whatsoever. I love them. Sometimes you can get them at good prices, but I love them. I think I also love the fact that they've all got. I mean, obviously I don't know what their stories are because they can't talk, but the reason that they're worn out and they're betas is because they've been played with, and I imagine they've been on so many adventures, just like I did with my with my figures back in the 80s. I had some great times, but let's have a look at him. So let's get him into focus. Using natural light today, which is great. Spring's on its way. That is an absolutely beautiful figure. Absolutely love it. It just looks great. You know, I never had one of these, so I don't know if the quality of the cape is the same as the original. But I'll tell you what, whoever made the cape all these repro capes on eBay, they did a pretty good job. It's not a bad colour. They were like, what, I think it was like £1.50 or something for this repro cape. I'm so happy with it. Trying to get it in focus. It just looks amazing. I mean, the definition's not as sharp as the original, but it's a brand new Star Wars figure that I never had back in the day. So I am just so happy with it. I think he looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I'm not gonna take his vinyl cape off because the capes are so fragile. But look at that. Look at the back of the head. That's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Yes, I mean, it's not as good as the original in relation to definition, but he looks absolutely brilliant. So I want to get some more of his sticks from eBay. I do need to buy some more repros, and I don't care what people say about repro weapons and repro capes and repro accessories. I don't think if you're against repro, I don't think you'd be watching this video anyway, because this is the retro collection. This is proper repro, but he looks great. 10 out of 10 any day of the week. So I'm going to set him up with his stick. Well, I've set him up with his gaffy stick. It looks absolutely amazing. I mean, I've got to get some repro gaffy sticks. I've got to order some straight away for my beta Tusken Raiders. Look at it. I mean, look at it. It just looks amazing. I'm surprised that I'm saying this, but I think this is like one of the it's one of the best retro collection figures in relation to a reproduction that I think they've done. It is amazing. I'm so happy with it. It just looks great. But it's times like this, because I like to army build. It's a shame that you can't buy these separately, that you've actually got to go and buy the whole box set. See, this is another thing. Again, it's a no-brainer, but Hasbro, these 4-packs, like the Night Troopers and the Clone Troopers and the Stormtroopers and the Imperial Officers, Hasbro, they need to start doing a retro collection 4-pack. It's a no-brainer. It would sell out in seconds. The only Star Wars figures that I'm aware of that have been a peg warmer are from the new Disney Plus shows. But again, it depends on how many figures that Hasbro Pulse actually produce. I mean, cause I still see Death Troopers. I mean, I've got loads of Death Troopers, but I still see them from time to time in Lame and the odd few shops. But that is a great figure. Highly recommended. And I still need to pick up the Book of Boba Fett, because I'd be interested to see what the new Tusken Raider looks like, because from what I've seen in the photos, it looks great, but I'd like to compare it to the original or to the retro collection version. And of course, I still need the Ahsoka set. Now, I'm definitely going to buy it, but the reason I haven't bought it yet is because I'm going to Galaxy's Edge next month, and I've booked all these things, because I'm not going to be making a habit. I used to go to Disney World and Universal. I used to go every year, and then the pandemic happened, and that was the end of that. So this is my first time that I've been to Orlando, or to America, since 2019. Really looking forward to it, but the prices compared to when I last went, just astronomical. It's just unbelievable how expensive it is. So much so that I've been watching loads more YouTube vlogs, and the amount of people who'll go, and they'll just go, because you can get a deal, and if you spend a certain amount of money, you can get like a ticket for every day at Universal, or a ticket every day for Disney, because they want to keep you in the parks. They want you to spend your hard-earned cash in their stores and their shops. And I'm noticing that people are going to Orlando and they're just doing Universal, and then the following year that's when they plan to do Disney, which is, it's just mad. When I first started going back in 2000, I'd go Universal, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Disney. You know, I'd shake it up, Kennedy Space Center. Whereas it's, you know, and I know it's not just Disney. Everything's expensive now, but I just think Disney, they're just a rip-off, and they try and mug people off. But talking of mugs, so the reason I haven't bought any retro collection figures is because I'm being mindful of the cash. I'm building a lightsaber. That's $200 to build a lightsaber. It's an experience that I don't think I'm ever going to do again, or at least not for a long time. So I'm going to build a lightsaber, and then me and my son, we're also building the remote control droids as well. So that's why I haven't bought any new stuff really, and also the reason why I haven't bought any action figures. Look at that. So yeah, so definitely, I mean, I might see some good deals when I go to Walmart and go to Target and Ollie's. I'm looking forward to going to Ollie's and see what deals are there. But yeah, I've cancelled a few pre-orders of other stuff, which which is madness, because one of them is now sold out. So it's just one of those things. But yeah, I'm so excited about going to Galaxy's Edge. You wouldn't believe how excited. So I'm so excited that I think I do get a bit emotional, and I think I'm probably going to cry when I get to see the Millennium Falcon. I love Star Wars so much. But anyway, that's the end of the video. That's the end of the Star Wars A New Hope Wave 2 Retro Collection. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care, and it also helps the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.